this computer. Good morning, everyone. Charles Park, broker manager at Remax West. I'm going to miss saying this. As many of you know, this will be my last company training session. And but it's still a master class and or mastermind or whatever you want to call it. Before we get started, I've got my mortgage people already on the line. As we normally begin these meetings, let's hear from them. Any mortgage updates that we should know about? So I've got Maury on the line and Carla's just joined in. She can follow up as well.
Morning.
Morning.
So not a big news. TD raised the fixed rates today. And I think on October 26th, Bank of Canada will increase the prime rate, so rates are going even higher. Not good news.
So the Bank of Canada is going to increase rates, and I don't think that that should be a surprise.
No.
So and I think I said this last week or the week before when I attended the TerraNet seminar with Benjamin Tall. He predicted a 50 basis point increase in the November announcement. Is that, are we on track for that?
I heard 0.75, but I really hope they increase it less, so we'll see.
Okay, and Carla, what have you, any big announcements from Lending Logic?
We are now Dominion Lending.
Is that official?
Yes. Well, yes.
Okay, are there any advantages for Lending Logic becoming Dominion Lending?
Yes, now we are able to work with HSBC.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, and other lenders as well, but the big one is HSBC.
So your lending pool has grown a little bit as a result of joining Dominion.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's good
Yeah.
news. So
Yeah,
are the rates any better?
Well, usually they have very good rates for variable rate specifically. At the moment, what I will strongly suggest is that if you have a client that is entering into the market with less than 20%, to contact me as soon as possible, because I still have the rate of 4.59 fixed rate.
And for how long?
That's I think, like, if Maury doesn't let me lie, I think TD's at the moment is 5.39%, which is almost an entire percentage more. So that's gonna affect big time the way we actually approve, and obviously with this is gonna, affect even more the market. So if your clients book the rate, which is a fixed rate because it doesn't have, it is not linked to whatever announcement the Bank of Canada makes, is gonna be very good for you guys. So contact me as soon as possible so we can book that 4.59% rate. And yeah, guys, like seriously, like the moment the missiles start in between Ukraine and Russia, the rates went very, very rapidly, very high. So that's like, if anything else happens on that side of the world with the war, is really gonna affect us even more. So just keep in mind that, and just keep your clients informed, because as we all know, it's not a joke, and whatever happens is really, really, really gonna affect us.
Okay, so I'm just having some technical issues here. I was trying to set up my Android cast, but it doesn't seem to be working today. So I'm going to end this because I do want to get this training started. How's my audio, guys? Is it still okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. All righty. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this once more. So I'm trying out this new program. Where is it here? And I've got to scan a QR code on my screen to share my mobile device with you guys. Start broadcast. And then once this goes, okay, while that is loading, I'm going to share a different screen with you guys. and it should look fairly familiar. Where is my browser? Share. And I'm going to go into Treb. Everybody see that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Change something on this screen. Got it. Got it. Okay. So guys, if I look over here periodically through the training, it's because I've got the course running independently on the monitor here in the boardroom. Okay. Anything else before we get started with Realm? No? Okay, let's get this show on the road. So you guys can do this while we're live. I highly suggest it for those of you who have not yet even opened Realm or even know where to go. If you look right here, okay, where my mouse is, you're going to see, well, where it used to say Collaborate to Realm, it has now been renamed to just Realm. So this is the easiest way for you guys to find out where this new platform is. So I know that you guys love to burn past this homepage. It's just something that you guys all love to do. But I highly suggest that you don't do that anymore, because you are ultimately bypassing the next generation MLS system because you're going to be losing Stratus. So why practice what is not going to be available to you at the end of the year, when you can actually go into the new system, practice using it, so that when you lose the old system, you're ready to go. Okay? So are there a lot of people, I'm going to open the chat box here. Is there a lot of people that don't know what Realm is, have never heard of it? This is the first time they've been told that we're losing Stratus v3 and we're going to this thing called Realm. Is there
I've heard
anybody
a
here
lot
that's
about.
in that situation?
I've heard a lot about it coming. I just don't. I've gone into it, but I haven't really used it, and I'm looking forward to learning about it.
Okay. Ed, I'm having problems hearing you. I don't know why. I think it thinks I'm using headphones, so I'm gonna have to try to change this. Whoa. There is something definitely going on with my computer. It thinks I'm using headphones for some reason. I hate this. Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
you
stop
hear-
sharing for 1
Can
second.
you hear me? Can you hear me, Charles?
It's you guys are very faint. That's why I'm a little bit concerned.
Okay.
And initially, you were very faint.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, original sound. Okay. Recording original sound on. Ed, can you speak?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Wow, this is not
Hello,
working.
can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's so faint, and my mic, sorry, my speakers are on full. They're at 100%.
Because we
Maybe
can
up
hear,
at the
we
top
hear
you've
you.
got it on X.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
You can hear me fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going then. So I'm just gonna reshare my screen with you guys, because we gotta get this on the road. Maybe I'll plug in a set of headphones or something a little bit later on. So this screen should be fairly familiar with you guys, okay? So I want you to all click on Realm. This is the easiest way to get into the platform. Now, if you look at the top, you see where it says app.realmmlp.ca. This is the actual website if you ever want to log in directly. Okay, so if you ever want to just completely bypass the home screen and you just want to get into Realm, this is the link that you're going to need to get into it for. Now, what's very interesting when you first open up Realm, and I've seen the physical reactions of several people who have opened this up for the very first time. They go, oh my God, what is this? It is actually not that complicated. Just like 10 years ago when you guys switched from version 2 to version 3 of Stratus, you're going to get used to this, okay? I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed by how this looks, okay? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see more on one particular screen than is normally available. So I'm going to go so my previous training that I did last week with the Frank Leo team, I went from left to right. I'm going to reverse it up okay? I'm gonna go from right to left because I actually saw a TREB trainer doing the same training, and she was actually, I think her process is a little bit more logical. So when you first log into Realm, now as you can see, I got my photo up in the top right-hand corner. If I click on my photo, for those of you who haven't set up your profile yet, your initials will probably appear where that photo is. And this is an opportunity for you guys to go in and go through the entire setup process. Now, I'm not going to do that with you. I've obviously done it myself, but you can edit your profile settings from here. And you can also, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, this is where you would physically log out. So if you're using somebody else's computer or using one of the computers in our client rooms and you don't want somebody to have access to your particular MLS system, then you would log out by clicking on your photo or on your initials, click on log out, and it will completely log you out of this system, which is highly recommended. Okay? There's also a tutorial. So if you actually click on the help button, you are actually going to see, right, all of these great tools, right, to help you get started with Realm. Okay? And I think that it's going to be really important for you guys to be comfortable with a platform that you're going to inevitably have to start using on a day-to-day basis. Okay? Feel free to interrupt me if I'm going too fast. I'm not going to go through the full setup menu because you know what? I'm going to leave that up to you guys. You can upload your photos, you can upload all of your personal information, and so on and so forth. Okay? So let's continue and move on. Directly to the left of that, you're going to see where all the apps are. Now, traditionally on Stratus, you had if you had it set up like I did, you would have all the quick links on the left-hand side of Stratus. We have now moved all of those quick links, all of those apps, right, third-party tools and whatnot, to this menu button. Now, if you don't remember if you can't navigate exactly where all these apps are located here, right? For example, if I want a Geo warehouse, I'm going to type in Geo. And there it is. Okay, so you don't have to know where it is. You can search for what you're looking for. And here's another, RealTrack. Right? There's RealTrack for my commercial agents. So this is a very quick and easy tool for you to get to where you need to be very quickly. Okay? Let's go through some of these buttons. Okay? There's a CMA button here. Right? Sorry, like I said, I can't hear you guys. So actually do me a favor. If you guys actually have anything that you want to sort of jump in and say, let's look for it in the chat button. Is that cool?
I see your Charles is starting screen and it's just going round and round and round.
Okay, I don't have that going on. That's probably your screen, Ornella.
Yeah.
Is anybody else having that problem?
No.
No. So it's just you, Ornella.
Oh, I can see you perfect.
Okay, great. So let's keep going.
So I have a question, Charles. For help, we can use the icon, the help that is here in this section. If
You
need
want
help.
to type in help?
Yes,
Yes.
we,
Is that
we
what you're
can
looking
use this
for?
one. Yeah, sometimes I need help, so I didn't get which icon you said we can press. And,
Yeah, so you can, I just typed in help in the search menu button.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that
I
can take you to the help menu as well. But you know what? I often use public records, which is MPAC. I use Geo Warehouse quite frequently. I use RealTrack quite frequently. These are the I don't know how you guys do your business, but there are obviously links to third-party applications that are partnered with TREB, because TREB provides an enormous amount of services to you guys. So if you are looking for a specific type of service, it's usually going to be indicated here. I will tell you this though, for myself, they have not migrated everything from Stratus into Realm yet. So for example, I have a manager button that allows me to give my agents access to add, edit, and so on and so forth. So that hasn't been migrated over yet. So the manager button still has to come over. So this is a work in progress, but I think essentially everything that you guys as agents are using today will appear in this section. Okay, so you can see Geo Warehouse. Top CMA was a paid CMA tool that was provided by Stratus back in the day when they had Collab. I'm not going to get into that, but you know what? The classic CMA, which is the Stratus version of the CMA, is also here. This is where your listing add edit button is. Now, just about 2 weeks ago, we actually held TREB held an entire course on the new add edit feature. So if I click on this right now, you're actually going to see the old add edit pop up. But guess what? They've got this new menu popped up now. Now you can actually try the new add edit in training mode. So you can create all your worksheets and try broker loading those, and it's not going to go to the live system. So if you guys are, if you're one of my agents that always uploads your own listing, this is an opportunity for you to try out the new add edit, because the old add edit is going away. Okay? So anything that you do in the training mode will not go live onto the system. But once again,
Charles, how did you get there? Please, I'm sorry, I think I lost here.
okay, so here, let's go back. No, I'm gonna click on continue, and I'm actually gonna see. As you can see, when I clicked on continue, the old edit showed up. I'm gonna go back to the app menu. Okay, so right beside your picture in Realm. Okay, you see where it says listing add edit. Now, if you don't have this button, that means your manager has not given you add edit privileges. Is that the issue that I'm hearing?
Have we got it?
I don't know if you all have it. So some of you may have lost it. Some of you may have maybe you have it and you didn't even know you had it. But this is obviously something that the brokerage add edit is a privilege. It's not a right.
So if I have that in my Stratus, then can it not be transferred in this, or do I have to ask?
Well, if you already have it in Stratus, you should already have it in Realm.
Okay.
You need to. Are you in Realm right now? You're not. Okay, so my suggestion is for you guys to go and log into the system. Okay? And then this should be more of an interactive training seminar, because you guys need to figure out how to do this. Watching me do this isn't going to teach you anything. So you really should be doing this yourselves. Okay? There's a training webinar shortcut here. If you want to go back to the home page, you can do that here, but there's also a home button up here, which will take you to the same spot. City of Toronto neighborhood maps, that is migrated from the old system. IDX management, for those of you who know what the information data exchange management system is, this is where you can actually figure out what third-party programs have access to your listings. So on and so forth. I don't want to spend too much time on all this stuff. Here's a link to the training videos. I think actually we should click on this. So if you click on the link to the training videos, I actually had trouble finding where all the Realm training was. So this is a really cool shortcut if you don't know where to go from the TREB menu. So go to the
do you mean the
shortcuts,
training
look on for all the
webinar?
training videos, and what you want to do is you want to click on professional development. Although there are 64 videos for, like there's still Stratus videos in here. What you really want to do is you want to click on Realm. There are 17 videos in here, 11 are promotional, and 6 are training. You got that?
Yeah.
So the training videos are really here for you guys to watch, but don't just watch the video. Don't be in your car driving and pretend that you're taking the training. I want you to sit down, run the training, right, and actually try it. Do it yourself. Okay? Now there's a really cool video here on how to use it on your mobile device. Android start broadcast. I want to see if this has worked out yet. I'm gonna show you the mobile app, which I use most often. Okay, but I'm gonna close this. So even if you're not getting what you need, right, from this particular training course, I want you guys to know that TREB, along with Terranet, which is our MLS partner now, is trying to upload as many training videos as possible for you guys. Now, they're going to be a little bit different from how we do things. They're going to be blanking out all personal information on the physical listings, which is why it takes them so long to upload a video after they've done the training. So just bear with them, okay? Let's go back into that shortcut again. The training was there. We have e-commerce. So if you guys are paying your TREB fees, which you're going to have to do at the end of the year, again, you click on e-commerce. That should get you into that. Public records is MPAC. And here's your web forms and Authentisign link here as well, which is obviously very important. Now, the announcement that I made a couple of weeks ago, what I found out, was that for those agents who are used to creating drafts in web forms on the MLS data sheet, we currently have a shortcut. Once you've inputted all that information on your data sheet, there is an upload button in web forms that will automatically propagate all that data that you've just put into the data form, and it will create a worksheet for you in Stratus. Now, once we go live with Realm and Stratus is no longer available, there will be, I would say, a 3-month hiatus of that feature. So for those of you who are going to be looking for that in the new year, it will not be made available to you immediately. Treb is prioritizing other applications, all right, and will eventually get to the upload feature from web forms to Realm a few months after it gets launched permanently. Okay. Treb market stats. This is something I click on every single month right here. All the market watch reports, all the history, right, is located here. You have some obviously shortcuts to our various association websites. Okay. Now, manage my profile. For those of you who do open houses, you know that just by putting an open house date on Realm or Stratus or wherever you're putting it, that never makes it to realtor.ca. You've got to do that through your Manage My Profile link. And there's a separate training on that as well. That will continue on. And a lot of people ask me why. Why can't Treb just take the open house data that we put in our listing and upload that to realtor.ca? It's very convoluted and complicated as to why. Because we are a business to business application. We are not a business to consumer platform. And I don't know if you fully understand that, but that's the reason why you have to manually log into your RealtorLink account. So I hope you all have your RealtorLink access. And as you can see here, there's a RealtorLink button. And that is where you have to log in. And then you have to upload your open houses through there. Okay, there's something in the chat box here. Will Matrix still be available? Yeah, so as you all know, there are 2 different platforms. So Donica is obviously a Matrix user. To all my Matrix users out there, you will continue to use Matrix just as you have. There will be no change virtually to you with the exception of the add edit feature. We're going to be continuing to add edit up and broker loading everything through Realm. Okay, and we'll, if I have time, I'll post the link to that video at the end of this. That is a 1-hour training course in itself, and I would highly recommend that you guys take that training. But I know that, the vast majority of the agents out of my branch here in the Bloor West office, they submit you have to submit your documents anyways. So if you're going to be submitting your document and everything is complete, right, my staff are here to service you guys, to broker load that information for you. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Yeah, you're welcome, Donica. Let's keep going. There are obviously a lot of compliance links here to advertising guidelines, anti-spam, the DNCL, FinTrack. A lot of people did recently attend the best practices seminar that was issued by Treb, where they went over MLS rules, all existing MLS rules, right, that were existing from Stratus will be migrated over to Realm. Now, there's going to be a couple of different tweaks that Realm are going to have to address. Our bylaw committee, rules committee, is working on those amendments. So just bear with them so that, as things change, so will the rules. Okay? Obviously, the biggest one is the reruns, MLS Rule 108. You're not allowed to make immaterial changes to an MLS without written authorization from your client. So for those of you who have ad edit privileges and you are constantly updating your own listing by yourself with no written agreement from your client, if Treb catches you, the minimum fine per MLS is $500, and I've had agents actually fined in excess of $5,000 for making those immaterial changes to the MLS. Okay? I know it's kind of hard to hear this compliance stuff during a training session, but this is the reality. Oh, and here's another fact. Treb is not issuing warnings. You don't get a 1, 2, 3 strike policy. You do it, you pay. So I highly suggest most of you who are used to editing your own listings to refrain from doing any kind of ad edit that's immaterial. The material changes are obvious. If you got the property taxes wrong and you need to input the right property taxes, obviously, right? You've got to put in the correct information. That's not immaterial. The immaterial changes are when people put in a comma or a period just to get it to rerun and hit someone's prospect match.
Yeah,
No.
Charles, even if you change the taxes, it's not gonna do a rerun. It's just gonna update the listing.
Right. But the thing
Yeah.
about it is, you know, sometimes people want those updates.
Yeah, but it won't go on the update. It's only if you change the price on the updates.
Yeah, yeah. If you change the price, if you change anything in the comment fields, it does end up in people's inboxes if they're in a prospect match. And what we used to call hot sheets, they'll still end up in the hot sheets. I don't want to really get into this, but the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board and their committees and their bylaw enforcement coordinators, they're looking into how to further enforce our rules by using technology. So don't be surprised if eventually immaterial changes don't show up at all. So it is a bad practice. The other one that they're addressing is the cancel and relist. But that's not what the seminar is all about. Let's get into the actual searches themselves. So let's keep going. I'm going to click on the home button. If I click on the home button right beside all the link, it's going to take me right back to where we were, right? This is my home screen. Right beside that, this is the most essential piece that I think that you guys really need to focus on. When you add a client, okay? And as you can see, I actually have searches that I've invited my clients to participate in. Whenever there is a match, or whenever there's a communication, or whenever somebody logs in, it's going to show up under the notifications tab. And I'm going to show you shortly how to invite your clients to have the same access to the Toronto MLS system as you do. And every single time they log in, and every single time they do a search or like a property, or create a new search of their own, you will be notified. And this is the tab, this is the button that you need to click on to monitor what is going on. Now, you will obviously get an email, but I know most of you, and I can say this quite confidently, don't read all your emails. And I can hear the laughter in the background. It's true. You guys are the, I have ADHD when it comes to that red bubble on my emails. I cannot live not knowing that I've opened up every single email. Unfortunately, a lot of you don't have that condition. Is it a good condition or a bad condition? Well, that's arguable. But if you don't read your emails, you don't know what's going on. So, okay, fine. Don't read your emails. Click on the notifications tab. Find out what your clients are doing. Okay? Great. Let's move on. The nice thing about Realm as well, right, is we can have conversations with our clients. So the messaging button allows you to keep a monitor of all the messages through Realm that go back and forth between your clients. So if you sent your client some listings and they like this and they have questions about it, they can actually message you directly through the platform. That was never available to you guys in Stratus. So it takes into consideration all of the messaging platforms that are available to you guys, but it combines it now into the actual platform that you're going to be sending them listings in. So why wouldn't you make it convenient for them to purely message you back?
But do you have to do that on the computer, or can we do that on the cell?
Well, you'll be notified via email,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But yes, if you've got the app open, the notification icon will pop up and you will see their message.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm hoping that you guys utilize this feature. I've been testing it out, right? I've been talking to my uncle. I've been talking to my clients. I've been talking to, other agents. They're all in here. Now, if you look on the left-hand side here, right, this is all. You can narrow it down to just conversations that you're having with your clients. Okay? If you're having conversations, let's say with a listing agent, right? You can monitor, you can screen all of the conversations under the members tab. If you want to set up teams, which I haven't done. Let's say you have a certain group of individuals that you want to create a group, like it's like a messaging group, and you can do that here. Okay? And if I click on this little button above it, you can actually, this is where you can create your new message. And as if I click on new message, I can start typing. Oh, this is where I can actually start entering. So if Leslie, Leslie, so Leslie Yao is in my database. There she is. If I want to say, hey, Leslie, how's it going? Right? Go down here and say, hello, back at, at you. Right? And so Leslie is going to get this message through the platform. Any questions about the messaging? It's not a huge technological leap forward, but I think it's a nice convenient tool for you guys to utilize whenever you're conversing with agents or clients. Okay? Great. Let's keep going. To the left of the chat button is documents. I'm going to close this because it's no longer relevant. Now, I was just playing with this. What you can actually do in your documents, under documents, let's say you have a marketing package. This was actually a really good idea. Let's say you want to send a client, right, a checklist of things that you need the client to do. We need your property taxes. We need your survey. We need copies of your utility bills. Like, you know, all those checklists that you guys probably have stashed somewhere and you're always looking for. Well, if that's part of your regular routine and when you converse with clients, why don't you upload those documents directly to the platform that you're going to be conversing to them in anyways? I think that just makes sense, sort of. Okay? So, you know, I was just playing with it. I had a client reach out to me and said they have properties in Italy. They took a picture of a couple, you know, the legal descriptions, and that's all in here right now. Okay, so this is just me testing out the system. I'm not as active as you guys, obviously, so I'm not a regular, I'm not going on listing appointments and buyer appointments as regularly as you guys are. So what I do is I like to test things out, just utilizing the things that I have. Okay, moving on, contacts. This is the big one. I think it's really important for all of you to understand, for my Collaborate users, you guys already know the power of inviting clients to participate and have access to the same information that you do. Now, arguably, and on this, I think I'm going to get a few people unmuting themselves after I say this. Arguably, it's probably the most important thing that clients are looking for, and that is sold data. So I know there's a lot of apprehension. A lot of you like having control, knowing that only you have the sold information. But did you know there are actually applications available right now without naming what they are, and you guys know what they are, and just, hey, if I give you access, you can actually see the sold information. How many of you have actually gotten calls from your clients at 10, 11 o'clock at night saying, hey, I just saw that this property is not on realtor.ca anymore. Can you tell me how much it's sold for? And you're like, oh, you know, you were just falling asleep and you're like, oh, hang on a second, let me pull out my laptop and let me look it up. You no longer need to do that. Okay, so when you invite clients to participate in Realm, right, you're giving them access to what you can see, and also it's live information.
So is that like House Sigma?
Okay, so I said I wasn't going to name anybody,
Oh,
but yes.
okay.
So you know what? I'm sure a lot of you have discovered that your clients are using somebody else's app, not yours.
Yeah.
Right? And guess who's getting all the data? They are. And I guarantee you, they're contacting your client because they can see what your client's doing. Would you rather have them use that third-party application from another brokerage? Or would you rather them converse directly with you through your platform?
Charles, how do we invite them?
Oh, really simple. Okay, someone in chat box, how do we transfer all the contacts from old system to Realm? Okay, so let me answer this question. I personally had a discussion with Terranet. They are currently working on a migration software program to get everything from Stratus so that you can dump it into Realm. It was easy to get it from Collaborate to Realm, but now because of overwhelming demand, agents, because I know some of you have 1,000 contacts and it's just going to take you forever to manually input all their information into the new platform. Some of you have already started, but I do know for a fact that they are working on that to help you guys out. So you're going to have to stay tuned to see when that's going to be available. Now, let's actually do this for real, okay? Let's invite a client. I'm going to move this because it's in my way. In the top right-hand corner here, you'll see a little blue button. And I'm actually, I can't see it on this screen because I've got you guys in the way here. Hang on a sec. All right. Wow. My battery's about to die on this. Okay, anyways, let's keep moving. So you can see on when you click the blue button in the top right-hand corner, you guys are gonna have to move everyone's picture out of the way. You can add a new client right here. Okay, so let's click on that. Right, and I'm just gonna make up a client, John. Right, the minimum requirement is first name, last name, Doe. And I'm actually going to use a real email address, which is my own, which is my chuck2001ca@yahoo.ca. So this is the minimum. Now you can put in as much information about this person that you want. Okay, you can type what stage of where they're at in their real estate needs, and whether this is a client. I'm going to call myself a buyer. Okay. Now in the bottom right-hand corner here, you'll also see save and invite. Some of you may have to scroll down to see this, but I'm going to click save and invite. And I'm going to, got it, no audio, okay. I'm going to open up my Yahoo. Yahoo's open. And I'm going to wait for my invitation. So this happened to me last week when I was doing this demonstration with the Frank Theo team. I think the email server was taking a while. Oh, sorry, gotta click send. I'm waiting for this email to come through. So I'm not going to wait for it right now. I'm going to keep moving on. So as you can see, if you sent an invitation by accident, you can disinvite that individual. But when that email comes through, the email is actually going to look like, I do want to show it to you guys. Let's see here. I don't know why it's taking so long. It took like 10 minutes during the last seminar. I really want to see what this show you what this looks like live.
So Charles, who would be the related name?
Say that again?
The related contact
Sorry, where are you looking?
on the page of maybe adding the client. Add new client.
Add new client.
Yeah, in the middle of the page we have something related contact.
Yeah, so if you click plus, okay, if
Okay.
it's a referral from somebody else,
Yeah.
you can actually input that information directly into your contact.
Oh, thanks.
Okay?
Yeah,
It
I
could be, as you can see, just look at the pull down menu. Like, who is this person related to? It could be, if you got a referral from, say, a friend or a cousin, or you can actually put all that information directly. So sometimes you guys have so many contacts, you can't remember where you got them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so, hey, if that's the case, hey, why don't you just, put that directly in your contact information?
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for
Thanks.
this email to come through. But we're going to move on, okay? So let's close this. Oops. Oh, this is actually a new one. My apologies. Let's cancel this. Okay, so as soon as that email does come through, guys, I'm going to show it to you on my phone. Let's keep going. Saved. Okay, so I'm an agent just like you guys. I'm obviously not full-time like you guys, but I save searches all the time. And if you're in the middle of a search, okay, so what it's actually doing is my saved searches are actually propagating here. You can actually sort them in different ways. So I've got them sorted by most recent. You can alphabetically name them, right? But if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can actually create a list, Okay, but what I want to really get into is the saved searches that I've already got in here. So as you know, when I was doing this with the Frank Leo team last week, we were focusing on, you know, just for fun, leases. Okay. The beautiful thing about Realm, and when we get into the actual searches that you're going to love, is that you can actually search multiple areas in the same search. So this is a huge advantage from Stratus. You are actually creating separate searches, geographical searches in that system, whereas in Realm, you can combine separate searches into one single search. And if you can look at your screen here, when I was creating a separate search for Mississauga and Brampton, for someone that was looking for a lease, right? You can see here the geographical information propagated and allowed me to put both geographical searches under one search, right? Directly below it, I created a distressed property search. Okay, and if I click on the three buttons, right, I'm going to click on the settings. And if I actually show you, where is here my default search, save for myself, daily. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to get into the actual save searches that I've actually got in here. So let's go down, view all, and let's see searches, distressed property. When I click on it, you can actually see what I've done is I've gone through, and I'm going to show you some of the criteria here. We're going to go left to right. Okay, so location. Actually, I didn't specify location because I was actually looking for all distressed properties right across the TREP system. Obviously, I wanted for sale. Okay, I wanted it to be available. I can do a historical search and make them unavailable as well. Okay, I was looking for freehold, but maybe I want to do condominium searches. Okay, if there's distressed condominiums out there, that's something you're going to be looking at. And you can actually see, this should all look very familiar to you guys. These are all the same categories from Stratus that are now available in Realm. They're the same categories. So when we migrate the historical database from Stratus into Realm, right, all the same fields will exist. So that should seem very familiar to you guys. I went further to describe that I was looking for 4 bedrooms. Now, here's a little trick, guys. For some reason, and I don't know if they fixed this yet, but if you select 3 bathrooms, it's only going to look for specifically 3 bathrooms, which is kind of weird. So what I actually had to do, I had to toggle off and I had to select them all, right? And as you can see, now I get results. I don't exactly know why they chose to do it that way, but they have. So if you find that you're not getting the search results that you expected, as you know, I think there was a minimum number of bathrooms in Stratus. What they've done in Realm is they've actually got you to toggle exactly the specific number of bathrooms that you're looking for. So what I do is I go, if that's not the issue, I select them all. But you do have to select as many as possible to encapsulate the maximum number of search results. Oh, there's something in the chat box here. Hang on a second here. Let's see here. Okay, we're not talking about contacts. Isn't it also when there is a spouse? Yes. Well, if you've got a spouse or so, yeah. So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna go to the price, which is obviously a big one. So there is a minimum and there's a maximum price. Now we have actually separated, obviously for historical purposes. If the list price is more important to you than the actual price that it's sold for, if you're looking for historical, you would select the list price. But you know what? When I'm looking for distressed properties, it didn't matter to me. I went from 0 to unlimited. I just want to know exactly where they are. Now, the most important button that I'm going to click on, if you guys are interested in mimicking this search, is to click on More Filters. Now, under More Filters, you're going to see all sorts of different types of fields that you can do searches in. And if I scroll down right to the bottom here, I actually had to select, right, seller landlord name. And I was looking for sellers that had the word bank, power of sale, CMHC, Sagen, Corp, credit. There's so many different things when you're looking for a distressed property where we're required through TREB rules to disclose who the actual seller is. So who has gotten title? Who is on title, and who are you buying this from? And I find that when I'm doing the search for bank power of sales, CMHC power of sales, that this is obviously the best way of doing it. Now I'm going to add one here, okay? Oops, right here. I'm going to click on OR. Sometimes people use acronyms like C.M.H.C. Okay? Or I'm going to type in, what else could it be? RBC. Some people put acronyms for RBC, or R.B.C, or TD. Oops, I'm going to keep scrolling. Or T.D, or how about CIBC, or C.I.B.C, right? Done. Now I have, obviously, there are not a lot of power sales available right now. They all seem to be outside of the GTA. But as you can see, when you have this search set up, it is, I think it's really handy for you guys to have. And I think there's a lot of buyers out there that are looking for a good deal. And if you can introduce them to, a couple of distressed properties, then why not? Now, I don't send these listings directly to the clients themselves. What I do is I screen them myself, and when I'm in the actual listing, so for example, let's click on Dunkirk. This is in Welland. Okay, so I've done the search, I've saved it, I've added myself, right, to receive these regular updates. Now this is actually, you can see here, there's the category. It has changed prices. It's outside of the general Toronto area. This is the listing agent's information. And look, because he's a member of Realm, you can actually message the person directly through the platform. Okay? If we scroll down, there is a schedule associated to this, and as we all know, right? There is.
It says add notes. If I add my notes, can the other agent see? Or
No, yeah, your notes are personal. Okay?
Thank
So as you can see, they've uploaded their own Schedule B here. Okay, now I'm going to click on something that you guys are going to probably be doing up until the migration date. You see where a lot of people are looking at this right now going, oh my God, Charles, where's all the information that I'm used to? Okay, what I was doing, and I'm sure you guys are doing this, you're going to be doing this as well. You see the view in Stratus? Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. I'm actually going to click on it to see what it does. It launches Stratus. Oh, I can hear the gasps of relief in the background. Oh my God, that's what we know. We love this. Don't take this away. This is all we want to see, right? So for some of you who are going to have trouble navigating through the new platform, yes, for the time being, you're going to be able to see it in Stratus. So if you're crunched for time and you definitely need, right, to get the information quickly, you can click on View in Stratus. Okay, I just wanted to show that to you guys because it's going to be a bit of a relief for a lot of you to have that feature, but until they take away Stratus. So I'm going to exit out of this because I don't want to get your hopes up too high. Right? Let's go through what information is actually here. Okay, you can actually view the property because this platform was co-developed with Terranet. You can actually directly go into the GeoWarehouse platform to see all the GeoWarehouse information if it doesn't already exist in the listing itself. But let's keep going. There's a description of the property. The ask price, the original price was $599. We know that they reduced the price to $573,888. The assessment value is also here. Commission to cooperating brokerage. This is all, for you guys. Now look right here. Raz Inc. Corp. Hey, who is Raz Inc. Corp? Maybe it's worth going into GeoWarehouse to see who these guys are. So if I click on View Property in GeoWarehouse, and I know this was glitchy in the past, hopefully it's working. There it is. So this should seem fairly familiar to you guys. If I scroll down, The owner's name is Raz Inc. Corp. This actually isn't a power of sale. This is actually a commercial property, right, that is owned by a corporation that is for sale. So I would not be sending this to my client as a distressed property. This is just a regular listing where a corporation has decided to sell the property. Okay?
How do you know it's commercial?
No, it's the corporation.
Oh,
Okay, so this is it's a commercial corporation. It's not an individual that is selling the property. Now it is obviously, well, let's check the zoning. Let's make sure it's not zoned. So where is the subject property description? It
it's
is
a
ownership
residential.
type freehold, right? Single family, right, which is residential. So
speaking of, may I ask, sorry to interrupt.
yep.
Somebody last time mentioned that they go into Stratus to print it because it prints as one page.
Okay,
But-
I'm going to be showing that real quick. We actually fixed that. Let me show you that in a second, okay? So, yeah, I know that was a big complaint from before, but let's get through Geo Warehouse, okay? None of this should seem foreign to you guys, okay? I don't need to teach you guys Geo Warehouse, I hope. For those of you who haven't had your Geo Warehouse training, please reach out to your manager or you know, whoever you know that can guide you through this. What I do is I always download parcel registers. Sometimes surveys are directly available through the platform. I always verify ownership before listing a property through GeoWarehouse. Sometimes you see that there's a deceased person on title. Those are the questions that have to get answered, because if you're kind of caught off guard, all that information that you didn't look up will come back to bite you. Okay, so let's get out of this. Not a GeoWarehouse lesson, although Terranet is our partner. Let's continue to go down. Okay. Now, I know that visually we're used to seeing everything on one page. This particular development company decided they wanted more white space. And the reason why they did that, they think that people can identify the information more readily if there's more white space around it, which led to a 4-page printout, okay? And we're gonna be talking about that. Okay, so there's your parcel register, okay? There's your plan image, right? And there's also a HoodQ address report because they did partner with GeoWarehouse.
So
Okay.
is it free now, HoodQ report, or no?
Well, they partnered it. You can purchase reports, I believe, through HoodQ. So just like you could purchase your residential detail report 1, 2, 3, whatever it might be, I believe these are all paid reports. But you know, obviously HoodQ has got the link already established. The room measurements are all in here. I know that there's a way of switching it between metric and imperial. Okay, your bathroom information, contact for the brokerage remarks are all in here. There's the map. And there is a full property history. I want to really quickly address the argument that I get from people on canceling and relisting. We're actually putting the full property history in every single listing now. There is a partnership between Terranet to give you the transfer information, so you know when it was last sold. And when it you know, and as you can see, the source of information on the right-hand side here is Terranet. So we can see that there was a title transfer for $260,000 back in 2021. So, you know, I don't know if these people bought this property and it's a flip. It more than likely is, and they listed it for $599 back in August of 2022. The market shifted. I think they're being a little bit more realistic on the price, which is why you can see it now listed for $573,888. Okay. Now, what they could have done, depending on when the original expiry was on that original listing agreement, they could have just merely changed the price, and then you would not see two separate MLSs here, right? Actually, this one actually is the same MLS, so that's exactly what they've done. So it is a price change. But if you do cancel and relist, any educated agent that scrolls down and looks at the property history will see that you've done it. And I'm going to warn you guys, if you guys are canceling and relisting properties every week, you might get burned. It just shows a lack of attentiveness. And it also screws up the data. So we're trying to educate agents in not cancel and relisting, because you know what? I don't know why you guys do it. the argument came back saying, you know what, I get more showings if it looks like a fresh new listing. But, okay, I guess the uneducated agent, you know, who hasn't scrolled down, sees and thinks it's a brand new listing, when in reality it's not.
But it's not about the agents, it's about the buyers. Every month, if there's a new buyer, he's going to see, okay, this is a new listing, instead of if he wasn't ready to buy last month. He's not going to say, oh, this has been sitting from last 45 days. There is a price change. What's wrong with the property? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're gonna see what's wrong with the property because you know what? When you see all the different MLS numbers on the screen that I'm showing you right now, how are you gonna explain that?
Well, now, but before that's what we used to do. Now
Well,
it's
I'm just telling you guys now, agents aren't stupid. If they scroll, they're gonna know that you canceled and relisted this 4, 5, 6, 12 times, which unfortunately,
Can clients also see this information?
if you send it to them, yes.
So is there like a broker copy and client copy? the
Yes,
way
there
we
is a
had?
broker and client version. We're gonna get into that really shortly. I can hear the excitement. Okay. So as you can see here, there's the contact information for the broker. Now the mortgage information, maybe my mortgage people can sort of weigh in on this. If you're trying to do a quick calculation on what the mortgage might cost, the interest rate is defaulted at 6.14%. I don't know. Is it a handy tool? You guys tell me whether or not you guys think this is a handy tool or not. But it's right in the listing, okay? Now here's another thing that is nice about it. It's gonna extrapolate, it's using artificial intelligence to make recommendations on similar properties. And it's asking you to go through and say, hey, here's some similar properties that you might wanna send your client. Okay, so that's available to you guys as well. And because we're partnered with Terranet, all the Terranet demographic information appears at the bottom of the listing. This is a substantial amount of information more than what you guys were accustomed to in Stratus. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna close this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the top because since we're in the listing itself, okay, we're going to click on print. In the top right hand corner, if I wanted to print this, okay, there's the print button. Now, for those of you who have already experienced the system, I'm going to take away the map. I'm going to take away the listing table. Okay? All I want are the listing details. Here's the default, broker full. Let's take a look at that first. Print. You guys are going to hate this because I hated it. So in the print preview, I'm going to be, if you guys had your microphones off, I'm going to be hearing the gasps. Loading preview. What's going on with my internet? Loading preview. It takes time to actually spool all the photos and the data to the platform. So depending on how busy the server is and how fast your internet connection is, I can see my wheel spinning. My goodness. And this is a brand new computer too. There we go. You guys aren't going to want to print this. Okay, that was my #1 complaint at the MLS Technology Committee, that there's no way I'm going out and showing, you know, half a dozen properties with 3 pages under my arm. In some cases, 4 pages. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. I hate this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to click on print, and I want you, yeah, I don't want the map, and I don't want the listing table. I want you to click on where it says broker full and click on broker full sheet. Let's look at that. Hopefully this takes a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit quicker.
Wow, it's amazing.
Technology at its best.
Yes,
Everything
it is, isn't
turning
it?
technology. Now we're gonna have to get frustrated
looks
with the
great.
technology. Look
I
at
got the
this.
sheet before you. It's really nice. Looks like Stratus.
Oh my God, Osam, is that you?
It is, Charles.
Holy
I
gee.
cannot leave you, man. I cannot live without you.
Okay, here's the gas. Oh, there's the one pager.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I told you, it's amazing.
so after considerable number of complaints, Treb spoke and said, we don't like the multiple page printout. We want everything back to one page. This I'll take on a listing, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So for those of you who were part of my training class last month, this wasn't available yet, but now it is. Okay? So you can print to your heart's content, knowing that everything's going to fit to one page. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. Let's cancel that. So anyways, this is more of a, I'm just going to gloss over a lot of the features of the system here, guys. I don't want to get too far into it. I really expect you guys to go into the platform and test it all out. Oh, sorry, I closed it by accident. Let's get back into it because we're not finished. It's already 11:02. Okay, so we're back to the home screen. We're going to continue going left. That was under searches. That was one of my power of sales searches. Now, if I click on search all by itself, it's going to default to what you last looked for. And as you can see on the right-hand side, it automatically pops up with the map. And on the left-hand side, what we were all used to was just seeing the list of properties. Now you can see the big, beautiful pictures. Now, Treb actually sent out a survey years ago asking agents how important were pictures. And the response that Treb got was pictures are very important. Sometimes pictures are more important than the actual information that's in the listing. So Treb listened and has now given you larger, more graphical information about the listings. Now, if I'm actually going to go in on the map search and I'm going to double click, and I'm going to actually, let's go into Scarborough here. That's one of my favorite neighborhoods, right? Who doesn't like Scarborough? Every time I zoom in and I see a property, right, that I'm kind of interested in, it's going to automatically change the list on the left-hand side. It's only going to, focus on properties, right, that it captures on the screen. Now, there are a number of tools that you can narrow this down. Let's say there's no way I'm living north of Kingston Road. I want to cut those properties out, okay? So you can actually go into the tools here. Where is it? Toggle measurement, draw mode, okay? So there are a couple of different draw modes. There's the polygon tool, there's a circle tool, but I'm going to physically draw the area. I want to cut out Kingston Road. Oops. Draw. And I'm going to create lines. Oops. Whoa. Okay. My God, why is this not working here? Polygon. There we go. Okay. I don't want to live north of Kingston Road. I don't want to live east of Morningside. I obviously want to live down by the lake. All right. I'm going to capture these properties. And I'm going to live east of Livingston Road here, right? I'm going to link all that stuff up. It's going to cut out everything else, and now I can physically focus on just the properties that I'm interested in using this, okay? Now, if I want to remove the shape, right, I just click on Remove Shape. If I want to save the shape that I've just drawn, I can save this, and I can call it whatever I want. I can save the search, name it, and I can reuse that search and send this search on a regular basis to my client. Now, I'm going to sort of send out a word of caution. Not every single real estate agent, especially in newer northern pockets, which is where I live, there are a number of brand new streets that don't show up on the map. I would not suggest you use a map search when doing prospect matches in brand new neighborhoods with brand new streets. Because for some particular reason, it takes time for those streets to show up onto any map. I'm sure you guys have used GPS navigation. Sometimes it's taking you to the wrong spot because it doesn't know where this new address is. So please, as a word of caution, before using map searches and using these shapes to draw out exactly what area your client is interested in, please understand that not everything may show up in that map search. So I'm still a fan of physically going through on the left-hand side. I'm going to change my view here. I want to see the table. Okay, this is what you guys are also used to. This is very similar to Stratus. I see the little selection buttons on the left-hand side. If I want to take all these listings, okay, I've check marked them all, okay. I've got 8 results here, and I want to send these to my client, right? Actually, let me save the search first. Let's call this Guildwood. Freehold. Okay. And I'm
Just
just gonna say,
send them to me just to see how it looks like.
well, Osam, you can send them to yourself. Are you logged in?
Yes, I am.
So just send them to yourself. Okay? So I just sent my, you know, I just saved this search. I've called it Guildwood search. Now, what I want to do is if I want to send them to my client, right? Oops, here we go. View, sort, saved. Sorry, I've got this big black button in the way here. I'm sorry, email. So when I drag down, email is located where the blue button is in the right-hand corner. I click email, and if I've got a save contact, I think Joe is in here. That's what I called myself. John Doe. All right, listings for review. And just like Stratus, okay, you can modify exactly the words, you know, the text that you're sending them in the email address. You have the option of sending all 8. If you want to add the comments that you added privately to each one of these, you can attach those as well. Okay. And do you? Yeah.
Sorry, where's the send button?
The top right-hand corner, beside Save Search. Are you looking for the email?
No, to email it and sending it to the
Okay, so
client,
you click on the top right-hand corner. There's a little
Okay.
like an enter button, right?
right?
You pull down, and then you click on email.
Email, okay, but it has to bring you to a client who you're
Well,
choosing. to
Well, no,
email.
I can manually type in, right? So if John Doe has a Hotmail account at Hotmail, I wonder if there's a John Doe at Hotmail.
Can you click on email, Charles?
I just did, and then this opened.
Oh, it's not. Maybe, you know, it's opening in a different window, and because you're sharing the screen, we're not.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. Hang on a second.
That's why we just.
hang on a sec. Let me get into.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
not,
you're right. It's a different window.
Different window, yeah.
Oh my God. Where is that window? Yeah, share that. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
There
Oh.
you go. Yeah, you know, it's a separate window. It's actually not part of the browser. Okay, so that's what the actual, but this should look very familiar to you guys. When you're sending an email, what you're doing is you're physically selecting what the client is going to see. Does that make sense?
And can I give them access that they can also browse themselves now? Or no, that's a separate invitation.
Okay, so let me cancel this. Okay, click OK. Let's go back to the original platform, which is here.
But I have a question, Charles. From these listings, we can choose the ones that we want to send, or
Yeah, so on the left-hand side, look at your screen. On the left-hand side, you see the toggle where the buttons are? This is just like Stratus.
okay.
Weren't you doing this in Stratus too?
Yeah, but it seems different to me.
It just looks different, but all the functionality is exactly the same. Okay, so all I did was switch my view. This looks more like Stratus, and then I'm just saying I don't want to send them any 3 bedrooms. I want to send them only 4s. Okay, so I'm gonna click this one. This is a 4. This is a 4. This is a 4. This is a 4. Okay, so I got a few that are selected. Right, I go to the top right-hand corner. I'm gonna scroll down to email. Okay, now you can't see this. Stop share. I gotta switch. So when I've specifically selected those 4 different listings, you look at this. I have a choice, the 8 listings on this page or the 4 selected listings. Do you see that?
nice, that's nice.
Okay? So this functionality was in the previous system. They just migrated it over to this platform as well. Okay? And once again, I'm gonna give to John Doe.
And add listing comments.
Yeah. If I had any, which I don't, and I'm gonna click send. Okay, so that should show up in my Yahoo inbox. Actually, let me see if that invitation ever showed up.
And then they can automatically communicate with to us
That's right.
once they got this. Okay.
So I'm not sure if you guys here, I'm gonna stop sharing this. If you guys are looking at your screen, this is the email that actually I just sent myself, okay? So that is from Realm, okay?
Right.
And so it works very similarly to what Stratus did for you guys anyways. So you guys are, obviously, because you're sending it from a different platform, when the client actually receives the email message, oh, it's asking me to complete the registration and sign in. Oh my God. One other thing, when you are sending listings to a client, if they haven't registered, we are working on this. They will not be able to see the listing. We will send where there's a push notification where they don't have to register for the platform in order to see your listing. So bear with us. That is coming. Okay? But obviously, the most valuable component to this platform is the interactive process that you guys are going to be having with your clients. So I highly suggest you encourage them to register themselves so they can completely participate in this conversation that you guys are going to be having with them when you're sending them listings. Okay.
So sorry, quick question. You're saying if they do not register, even if I send them a one-time email, they won't be able to see, or is it?
Right. So that's why you're asking them to register so that they can participate in seeing all the listings that you've sent them, because it is an interactive process. This was one of the, how do you say? It was one of the most vocal things that the user base has come out and basically attacked us on. So we know that this is obviously a one-way conversation that you guys want to have with your clients. You don't want to have your clients register for this. Okay, I get it. So we are going to work on a platform, on an add-on that will allow you guys to do the same thing as well. So that will continue on from Stratus into Realm. But just bear with us. That is on its way.
Do we
Okay.
have listing cards still?
The listing card.
Listing cards.
C-A-R-T, cart.
Oh, okay, let's get into that. Let's share screen.
And then can you do a quick demo on a CMA?
Okay, I'm not going to be doing a CMA demo today. I am waiting for the TREB training to come out. That is a 1 hour plus
Okay. got
training
it.
seminar, okay? As is add edit. And what I want to try to get in for you guys, which is the most important thing, is the mobile stuff. So just let me get there, okay?
Okay, Charles,
sorry,
obviously you're not gonna be doing any more of these masterminds on Thursday, right?
Yeah, well, the masterminds were designed as a generic platform for you guys to really have this conversation with each other. We learn more together than we do apart. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I agree. So you're continuing these masterminds?
No, I'm not. So if the masterminds do continue, so for those of you who haven't heard, Mike Nikki from High Park is going to be taking over the Bloor West branch, and I believe Christina Davey is going back to the Scarborough branch because she was there before I was. So for whatever branch you guys are a part of, I know I was doing this company-wide. I will leave it for the company, right, to create or mimic or continue this on, so that you guys, this isn't about me. This is about you. Okay? And I'm not the only Realm trainer out there. There was at least 50 of us in the beta testing crew, in addition to the Terranet staff and the TREB staff. So there is lots of knowledge out there, guys. You just got to go.
Was there
find it.
anybody else from Remax West other than you?
That knows the platform?
Yeah.
None that were on the committee. You know what? I don't know. Is there anybody here that's been using the platform quite regularly that could step up and maybe help? Anyone?
Well, I think with videos, you'd be fine, and with practice, you'd be great.
Yeah.
So the question is about these masterminds on Thursday, if they're going to continue. I know you're not going to be there, which is sad.
But it's okay. Like,
It's
for
okay.
example, Sushila, who's actually one of my agents here, I just recently hired him. He never learned Stratus. He only has learned Realm. So imagine new agents coming into our business. Why would you even bother learning the platform that you're not going to be using in 2 months?
Yeah.
There's no point. So you guys almost have to have the same mentality that Sushil has. Sushil is going to only use this because this is all that's going to be available to you guys. So you better know how to use it.
That's
Osam?
correct.
Osam, you had a question?
When I send the listings to myself, it shows the photos, not like Stratos.
Well, it shows large photos. Have you clicked on them?
Yes.
And
Like
it
it
shows you
show
the
me all
listing.
the listings. For example, I send the 20 listings to myself. When I open the email, it shows all the listings, like 3 rows with the picture, not like the Stratos.
No,
You
it's
have
not like
to-
Stratus. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
John Doe. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create my own password.
Hey, Charles.
Where we have to be prepared to use Realm exclusively.
Yes. Does that answer your question, Ed?
No, I said.
Hi,
what-
Charles. Can you hear me? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what was the question?
What is the cutoff date to you that where
The end of the year.
the end of the year?
Yeah. Now, I can't say. There's been rumors rumbling around saying they might give you guys a small extension, but I don't think that's an excuse not to learn it.
Yes,
Would you agree?
absolutely.
Okay, so you guys really need to learn this. I'm not gonna try to. I remember 10 years ago when we made the switch. Even though everybody had the platform for a full year, nobody logged in, and they all walked into the office demanding to be one-on-one trained. If that's your plan, good luck. I don't know who's gonna spend the time with you guys one-on-one. You guys are there's too many of you. You guys are going to have to participate, and the only way to really learn anything is to use it. Okay? I want you guys to play with it. I want you to rip it apart, put it back together again. So I will share this with you guys. I know that when I was doing the training with the Frank Leo team, Victor Look actually came up to me after the meeting and started demonstrating how he does a CMA and how he does his searches using the geographical search. And in Stratus currently, yes, you can type in an address. It will pinpoint that address, and then you can draw a circle or you can draw your shape around that particular address and create comparables directly from it. That is not available in Realm yet. And I say yet because they haven't written the code for it yet. So there's a lot of things in Stratus that they've built over the last 10 years, and I've been part of that. All the suggestions on how to make Stratus better. We're going to continue doing that. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley just posted in the group chat the 1888 line that you guys can call if you need direct help. Okay? They are very helpful, and they will listen to your comments and suggestions. But as a group, I think you guys can also help each other. The people that have actually gone and used the platform and are actually quite enjoying it aren't scared of it. I get the animosity because change is hard, but it's necessary. Okay? Let's keep going, guys. We're already at 20 after 11. Jesus. Where are we? Okay, so I've shown you guys how to email clients' listings. I was actually logging in. Let's see if this will create new account. Save password. Okay, so I have just, as you guys can see on your screens, just logged in, finished my registration, and those properties that I just sent myself, right, are all available, right, on my app. You're right, there's pictures in here, but if I click on one of the pictures, look at that. All the details of that particular listing show up. Okay, so.
Charles, why it doesn't ask me to create an account, username and password? I said.
If you already have an account, then it's not going to ask you.
No, I send it to a different email, not the one that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Did you?
You have to download the app also.
Yeah, let's. You know what, guys? I'm almost finished here. Okay, so we've learned how to do a basic search. We've learned how to do a map search. Let's do what we're all used to here. So I'm going to go back into search. You guys can all see this, right? I'm going to go back into location. So let's pick something completely. Okay. By the way, here are your MLS numbers. If you know the MLS numbers, you can directly put that in. This is going to make you guys feel really comfortable. You all know the area, right? So if let's say I'm looking in Toronto, right? And where was I looking within Toronto? I'm going to click off. municipality. Here are your old DOS codes. So I know that for the beaches, for example, it's EO2. Okay, so I want to look for beaches properties. Okay, and as for those of you who lived in the beaches, not all areas are created equal. So let's use the pull down menu and really narrow it down to the beaches proper. I don't know why this is not scrolling properly. EO2, the beaches. And that's what I want. Okay? There's all these. I wanted for sale. I want available. I do want freehold. Bedrooms and bathrooms. I want, let's say, 4 and 5 plus. Okay? I don't want to specify a number of of pluses. I do want a minimum of 2 bathrooms, so I'm going to click on 2, 3, and 4 plus. Right? And I click done. Now let's talk about price. So the list price, because these are available properties, let's put in a minimum of 800,000 just for giggles, right? And let's go into, I have a maximum budget of 1.3. Wow, I've only got one semi. Boy, I guess prices haven't come down that much, eh guys? So I've just gone through the traditional methodology that you guys are all used to in Stratus to find properties. Now, if I say, oh no, my client's got more of a budget, let's look at 1.5. Done. Oh, you know what? It's probably the bedrooms. I will look at 3 bedrooms now. There we go. Yeah, that's right. The beaches have a lot of smaller homes. So now I've got 8 results. This should not be difficult for you guys. So I want you to play with this. Go in and do searches. Any questions about just doing a basic search? Right? Are we cool with that? Awesome. That was the search button. I just want to make sure that I haven't gone past anything here. By the way, there's a quick shortcut here. If you know an address or MLS number, for example, 165 St. Clair Avenue East. Okay? For some reason, this keeps coming up. 165 St. Clair. Look at that. I didn't even know where it was, and everything that had 165 Saint in it showed up immediately. And I can just click on that, I can go right into the listing. How interesting is this? You guys don't have to know that it's in Toronto, it's in Rosedale Moore Park, right? You don't have to know that information. How many of you have gotten calls from clients saying, yeah, I'm on Bermondsey and I just drove by this property. It's got a for sale sign on it. Can you look it up for me? What was the street name? Bermondsey? Okay, let me type that in. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this from your phone. And I'm trying to get my phone to work with my screen here. Network issue, reconnect. Connecting to the server. And I'm going to minimize this. Actually, am I sharing? Stop sharing. I'm going to try sharing my phone with you guys. So actually, here's what I want you guys to actually do. I want everyone to open up their app store. So if you're a Google user, you're going to go to the Play Store. If you're an Apple user, you're going to go to your App Store, right? I'm getting a phone call. Let's see here. So I'm going to open up, for mine it's under shopping. So I'm going to open up my App Store and I'm going to do a search. And the search that I'm doing is Realm, R-E-A-L-M, MLP. So that's multiple listing platform. Okay, and when you do that search, you're going to see this icon, this little blue icon come up on your phone. Does everybody see that? I want everybody to download it. So I've already downloaded mine, so I'm just going to open mine. And when you open this app, you're actually going to see, very similarly to the dashboard that you guys see on your PCs, you're going to see this screen come up. That should look very familiar. It's almost identical to what you actually see on the dashboard. But what's a little bit hidden is that search button. So when I'm in the car and someone calls me and I'm on my phone and they're going, yeah, I just drove on St. Clair and I saw that there's a property on St. Clair available. Can you look up the information for it? I'm going to click on that little, if you guys are looking at your phone, there's a little blue search button. And I believe there's one on St. Clair, C-L-A-I-R. So I just typed in St. Clair. And all the listings that are associated to that word St. Clair come up on my phone. So 90%
How you did it?
of what you guys do is on your phone. Am I correct?
We couldn't see the phone. Can you redo it again? We couldn't see.
Okay,
the
so
screen.
Osam, are you in your app store?
Yes, I am. I
Okay.
downloaded. I have the app already.
Okay, you have the app. Okay, so go back to the home screen. It looks like this. Do you see a little magnifying glass in blue? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, click
The
on it.
business one? Oh,
Now, if you have a listing, let's just say, or if you know of a listing, type in the street name. So I'll pick a different street name. Is there anything available on Eglinton? Big street, right? Look at all the listings on Eglinton. Are you doing that, Osam?
Yes, I got it.
so
Okay.
Charles, I have a question.
Yeah.
Which realm did you use? Because the first one is business.
Realm MLP.
Oh, MLP.
Yeah,
So that's a
multiple listing
business.
platform.
Okay.
Fatima, are you downloading it?
Yeah, I'm doing now.
Okay, great. So you guys will probably use this more than your desktops.
Yeah, that's great.
Because you know what? Everything is here. Let's go back to the home, clear, X. I'm going to go back and remember what I showed you guys? There's all of the links. You can get in Geo Warehouse. You can get into property, public records, which is MPAC.
Charles, it says user ID password. Is it the
Yeah,
same?
it is your regular Treb user ID and password.
I'm using it 2 times. It says it's incorrect.
Okay, so your username is your Treb membership number.
Which is 95306.
Yeah, and then your 4-digit PIN
I
plus
did
your
that, and
authenticator.
yes, I entered. And I did it twice and it says username, password, or PIN was incorrect.
I don't know why it's saying that because are you able to log in on a computer normally?
Yes.
And you're using the same Clarity app that you use for a computer.
Yep.
Is anybody else
Do I
having
have
that
to-
problem?
Do I have to log out from the laptop?
You know what?
before
I think, Adam suggested you close your authenticator and reopen it.
Actually, I face the same
Charles,
problem.
I'm getting a blank.
I
like it
face
doesn't-
You're getting a blank?
You
like
have to
a-
type
Is
the,
someone
Because you have never used it before, Carol. So
Oh.
do a search.
Okay.
Someone's-
Charles?
Yeah.
Are you
I
guys
had-
talking
I
from
had to
the
do it
app?
twice. The first time something
So
was
when, yeah, when you log in for the first time, right?
No, I've been in it before.
Okay, yeah, if you've logged in before, you shouldn't be having a problem, but I'm just worried about the first time login users. It should be asking you for the same information that you used to log into Stratus.
Oh, I got it now. See the picture.
Okay, so Carol's got it.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so is anyone else having a problem?
Mm,
Like, I can't help you, unless, if you were here, maybe I could. But, if you're having a problem logging in, I don't understand why. Oh, there's
so
something.
I'm in the page, but I don't have the same picture you have.
No, you won't have the same picture as me because those were my searches. You have to do your own searches.
Oh, okay.
Okay? It's always going to show you what you did last.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's going to look very different.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
There's a check mark on the app on the right, and it says, if you check on it, it says a Realm onboarding.
Yes.
So do you have to go through all that and then you're totally into?
So that is it's kind of like a wizard, if you know what that is.
Okay, yeah, I do.
It's going to guide you through setting up your profile.
Okay, so
Okay.
once it's completed, it'll be gone.
Yeah. I highly suggest that you take the tutorial, go through the orientation,
Yeah, okay,
and get it done.
right, okay.
Okay? But the most powerful thing that I use today because of Realm is this app.
Yeah,
you guys are, you have in your hand now the entire platform. You can click on notifications and see what your clients are doing from your phone. Why
How do
wouldn't
we-
you do that?
How do we import the clients that we have doing searches? and
Arnella,
stuff?
you probably missed what I said earlier in the seminar. We're working on that.
Yeah, we're working on it. I heard that. Okay.
Okay. Great. So I
So what do
wanted
we
to
say?
leave the last half hour of this training to questions that you might have specifically to the platform. Like I said, there's a few things, there's a few glitches that we are working on, and we haven't migrated all the historical data. We haven't migrated, a lot of the management features that I'm used to. The map searching obviously needs development. The printout was a huge thing that I had to tackle, but I'm really glad that they addressed. Oh, I also wanted to show you what Treb has fixed. So let me get into that. If I go back into here and I go into professional development, oh, it logged me out. Sure. So that hasn't changed. Treb kicking you out. 728 824. Okay, so let's share my screen again. There it is. Okay, so what I've clicked on at the top of, here, let's go back. At the top of the home page, if I go back to Treb, there is professional development, which is right up here. Everybody sees this? Click on that. Right? Here are the training videos, development calendar, course registration. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Okay? If we go into information technology, which I believe is the tech corner, which is at the bottom here. New services. Where's tech corner? Did they move it? Oh, they moved tech corner. Okay, guys, well, here, let's go into the training videos once again, because I know that you guys are probably going to be clicking on this. Okay, once again, that's where the link to the videos are. You want to click on professional development, and you want to click on Realm. You can skip the promotional videos. They're really going to be of no use to you. Focus on the 6 training videos that are here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send to each of your admins links to the Working with Realm mobile. Here's the mobile video here. So this is all ready to go. The CMA one, when it comes out, will be made available shortly. But most importantly, what's also not here is the ad edit. So those are 3 courses that are separate from what I'm showing you guys that you guys really, really need to review, especially if that's what you use on a regular basis. Obviously, for my front desk staff, the ad edit is huge, and I'm even having a challenge with my receptionists on getting to switch. The human inclination to always go back to what is comfortable and what they know and they can do the fastest is always going to be there. But you're going to have to learn the new system so that when you lose the old system, that you're ready for the new system. So they're practicing. You can practice all you like. Actually, I think if I go back into professional development, where is it here? Here's the calendar for professional development. You can actually see all the training seminars that you guys can take directly from Treb right here. Okay, so here's the new ad edit. It's actually going to be made available on the 27th. If I click on this, right, creating a draft, blah, 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 and you can click on it, the instructor is Emily Lung. I can click on register. Okay, and then you can pick from several different times, it looks like. There's lots of training available to you guys. So if you want to take a 1.5 hour ad edit course, just, here, type your name in here and register right away. Okay? Grace is using Matrix. Yeah, Grace, you will not have any of the features that I just showed you from Realm if you're a Matrix user. I did have a few Matrix users that were really excited to, because you can invite your clients and they can see all the historical sold data. I don't know if they're going to be making that available to Matrix users. All I know is that let's be honest. Over 80% of our board are going to be using Stratus, our Stratus users, and are going to be migrating over to Realm. For my agents that are on the fringe, like for my Barry agents, for example, these guys are already using Matrix because they're on ITSO. So what ends up happening is they don't want to learn a new platform. They're just already used to ITSO, which is on Matrix. So when they go to Treb, they just want to be familiar with the interface that they're already using. So I totally understand that people that are members of different real estate boards, they're going to probably continue with Matrix. However, for those of us who never intend to join one of these outside real estate boards,
Merhaba.
Realm is probably going to be for you. Okay. If you do want to make the switch, I believe you guys can. I think it's bugs at trreb.ca. You can make a specific request to switch to get yourself off of Matrix so that you can start practicing and using Realm. And that way, you guys, if that's the platform that you decided to choose and you no longer want to use Matrix, that's available to you as well. Okay.
Charles, finally, can you show us how to add a client?
You want me to show you how to add a client again?
Invite a client to use.
Okay, I can show you how to do that again. Sure, I'll do it again.
Not to add a client, to invite a client to use Realm.
It's the same thing, Osam. It's identical. So so let's say we're in a search, we're doing all of our stuff, right? And then you're sitting there going, oh, wait a minute, I want to go over to contacts. I just got a call and I'm like, oh, I want to add a contact. So you go over here in the right-hand side and you click add new client. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
I thought there is a different way, like to invite a client to use Realm.
No, this is how you do it. And then when you scroll to the bottom, first name, last name, email address, and what does this button say in the bottom right-hand corner?
Okay, save and invite. Yeah, got it. Thank you, Charles.
Charles, it's a client information, yeah?
Your minimum client information is first name, last name, email address. The rest is optional.
And can we put them on auto emails?
So that is another thing that I believe Treb is also. So the auto email they're automatically going to be emailed. If they subscribe to Realm and you set up a search, they will continue to get listings from you on a consistent basis.
As long as they registered, that's what you're saying.
Right. But then guess what? Every time they click on it and they log in, you click on your notifications tab and you can see that they logged in.
So on the Collaborate, we registered them, and at the same time, they had access to what we saw. But on this one, I add the clients, but I got a message that client doesn't receive any listing because your email is registered. So I didn't know where my email is.
Well, okay, so I don't know. Maybe you can, we're going to have to see how you invited them and what, are you talking about the saved searches? Did you set up a saved search under their client, their customer profile?
Yes, I did like that.
Well, maybe there's no listings.
No, there were listings.
So check your criteria. Maybe there's something wrong with your criteria.
Yeah, I do it again.
And maybe
I didn't invite them.
You thought you invited them, but you actually didn't.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Okay, so it's very important that you do add them to the distribution list because you can select that when you make a saved search.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I try again. Thank you.
I don't know why next time I'm going to have to put my headphones in. Are there any other questions? Let me double check. Hang on a second here. Let me get out of this. Cancel.
So, I'm so sorry about this, Charles, but ITSO, right? I
Yep.
want to become a member of that.
So you can talk to your administrator. She has all the paperwork.
Okay, no problem.
Okay,
And I'm
so
okay to be with you.
we have a membership at Remax West directly with the Mississauga Real Estate Board, MREB. And that gives you access to 22 different real estate boards, plus we have a data sharing agreement with Hamilton, we have a data sharing agreement with Sudbury, we have a data sharing agreement with Ottawa. So you can have all of these other boards and access to their systems, all based on ITSO.
Okay, and they're not on MLS, right?
No, that's their MLS, not our MLS.
Okay, and it's about 1,300. Okay,
Well, it's about $100 a month. That's how I usually describe it.
okay,
So for $100 a month, is it worth it?
yes.
But Charles,
Absolutely.
is there any listing that is on ITSO but is not on the Realtor.ca?
Yes.
There are?
Yeah. Does anybody want to give her some statistics? So if I'm going to go show properties up in Barrie, how many Barrie listings are listed on Treb?
I don't know. I don't work
Not even
there.
half?
On the MLS, yeah, I know, but on Realtor.ca.
Realtor.ca is not a brokerage platform. I see this on Facebook all the time. Oh, is somebody a member of BDAR? Can you send me this listing so I can prepare an offer? Because you found it on Realtor.ca?
Yeah, we can't. Take that.
Because you don't want to buy the membership, right?
Yeah, but for Windsor, which membership is not part
Windsor
of
is not a member of ITSO.
Yeah, is not.
And it's so bloody far away. Why do you want to be a member of Windsor?
But lots of
Okay.
investors are buying there.
Okay, so you know what? You
We
can.
give
Why don't
them-
you? I have a good friend in Windsor, right? His name's Goran Tordovic, and you can ask him, right, how you can get a membership.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's it. Thank you so much.
no problem. Any other questions, guys? It's already 11:42.
No, I think that's it.
That's
Can you
it.
send us this recording?
I
Yeah,
guess
I did
this is
record
our
this. I
last
will make this
meeting.
available to each and every one of your administrators. I'm just hoping that the audio was okay because I'm a little worried because I am having trouble hearing you guys. But I do want to apologize for the technical difficulties. I should have been. I was honestly I got to the branch. It was raining today. The traffic was horrendous. I only got here with 11 minutes to spare to get everything set up. So my apologies for the last training session that I'm doing with you guys. I'm having technical difficulties. I can't even get my phone to
It's
emulate
okay.
on my
You're
computer screen
excused.
here.
It was great, actually. I learned a lot.
So
You're-
guys,
you're
I
clear
don't
for
think this
us.
is a goodbye. I think this is more of a,
Oh.
until next time.
Where are you going? To which brokerage?
I'm gonna go to Kingdom Come Realty.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I can't announce the name of the brokerage until they've made their announcement. Now that announcement might come either later today or sometime tomorrow, but unfortunately my hands are tied. I promised the broker owner that I would not reveal where I'm going until their agents have heard it directly from the ownership. So as you guys can understand, some owners are very
We're gonna miss
particular
you,
about how
Charles. That's so sad. We're gonna miss you.
So
we really miss you.
I want to tell you guys, don't get me wrong. I want to tell you exactly where I'm going, but I can't at this very moment.
Anyway, we're gonna
Now-
miss you.
Where,
We
I'm gonna miss you
learned a
guys too.
lot
I'm gonna
from
miss seeing you guys in the office. But you know what? The office is just an address. So I hope to see you guys at some common events. You know, I'm a Remaxer. I will be joining another Remax. So if you see me at a Remax event, come say hello. If I also do a little bit of training outside. If there's any public training seminars that I do upload to my YouTube channel and my Facebook channels, then you're more than happy. You're more than free to contact me through those platforms. Those are not restricted to whatever brokerage I work for.
well, wherever you're going, Charles, we wish you all the best.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
guys. It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure and it's been an honor to serve all of you. And I honestly hope to continue to see you all in the future. All right.
We're
Perfect.
really looking
Thank you.
forward. Thank
Okay.
you
All the
so
best
much.
in
So
your
until next time, guys, stay safe
Bye, bye.
Yeah,
and
you
have
too.
lots of fun.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye,
Bye.
Charles.
Take
Take care,
care.
guys.
Bye. Good
Okay.
luck.
Thank you,
Bye.
Charles. Thank you so
Bye.
much. All the best.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Charles. All the best.
Thank you.
Charles, we're certainly going to miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys too.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Charles.
One of the best
all the best.
contributors over the years, and you bring a level of enthusiasm to this business, which really I haven't seen anywhere else, and we're really going to miss you in a major way. Your enthusiasm, you're always fun to be with, and yes, it's my time to buy lunch.
Thank you, Brian. That means a lot.
Okay, there you are.
But you know what? As friends often do, right? It'll be your time, your turn next, and then it'll be my turn after that. And that's how we
Absolutely.
keep this going, right?
That's how we'll keep it going. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely, guys. So yeah, and I'm starting to swell up here, so I'm gonna let you go, and I hope to hear from you all very soon. Take care.
You too. Bye.